Have you ever felt paralyzed by a looming deadline? That sinking feeling, the weight of time slipping away, the fear of not finishing on time? What if I told you that Stoicism holds the key to turning this pressure into progress? Instead of seeing deadlines as a form of restriction, you can use them as a tool for self-improvement and efficiency. Deadlines, when approached with the right mindset, help us sharpen our focus, push beyond procrastination, and act with purpose. Most people see deadlines as a source of stress, but the Stoics would challenge this perception. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. A deadline is an external event. Your reaction to it, that's within your control. Instead of fearing the deadline, what if you saw it as an ally? A deadline is simply a structure, a reminder that time is finite, that action must replace hesitation. It's not the deadline itself that causes stress, but the way we perceive it. Shift your mindset. See the deadline not as an enemy, but as a catalyst for focused effort. Deadlines force us to prioritize. Without them, tasks tend to stretch indefinitely, creating inefficiency and missed opportunities. When you embrace deadlines, you become more decisive, proactive, and disciplined. They help shape our habits, train us in time management, and refine our ability to work under pressure. Deadlines provide the necessary urgency to cut through distractions and focus on what truly matters, helping us develop resilience and clarity of purpose. Think of a sculptor working with stone. Each deadline is a chisel stroke, refining the final form. Without a time frame, effort can become scattered and aimless. But with clear constraints, every action takes on greater purpose. This is why many great thinkers, leaders, and creators have thrived under deadlines. They transform potential into action. Moreover, deadlines are not just external forces, but personal commitments. The deadlines we set for ourselves define the type of person we become. Are we someone who follows through, who meets challenges with discipline, or someone who delays, hoping circumstances will change? Every deadline met is a reinforcement of our identity as someone who takes action, while every missed deadline erodes that self-trust. By shifting your perspective, you can learn to appreciate deadlines for what they truly are: opportunities for growth, refinement, and mastery. Each one is a moment to test your ability to manage time, overcome obstacles, and perform under pressure. And just like an athlete training for competition, the more you embrace these moments, the stronger and more capable you become. Epictetus taught that we must distinguish between what is in our control and what is not. When facing a deadline, ask yourself, can I control the passage of time? No. Can I control my level of focus and discipline? Yes. Worrying about the deadline won't change the date, but focusing on steady progress will. The moment you accept this, you reclaim your power. You shift from stress to strategy, from panic to purposeful action. A shift in perception is the key to unlocking a more productive and resilient mindset. Deadlines are not there to punish or overwhelm. They are reminders of the time we have to create, refine, and deliver results. Another important distinction: deadlines do not create anxiety. Resistance does. When we fight against reality, we create unnecessary stress. Accepting that a deadline exists and using it as a motivator shifts your energy from dread to determination. This shift is where true power lies. The Stoics teach us that clarity comes from acceptance, When we stop fearing time constraints and instead see them as the structure within which excellence is cultivated, we regain control over our emotional response. A useful way to reinforce this mindset is to practice the Stoic pause. Before reacting emotionally to a deadline, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what is within my power to change? Redirect your attention to small, immediate actions that will build momentum. The power of your focus is greater than the illusion of urgency. This simple exercise trains your brain to respond with logic rather than panic, allowing you to maintain clarity even in high-pressure situations. Additionally, deadlines can serve as tools of refinement. They push us to streamline our workflow, eliminate distractions, and strengthen our resilience. Rather than seeing them as constraints, approach them as challenges that hone your ability to execute under pressure. Just as an athlete trains with intensity before a competition, you can train your mind to perform optimally by embracing deadlines as moments of growth rather than burdens. Each deadline you face is an opportunity to fortify your self-discipline and develop the skills necessary for long-term success. Consider also the role of micro-deadlines. Breaking a large task into smaller, manageable milestones creates a sense of accomplishment at each stage. This method aligns with the Stoic approach of focusing on present actions rather than distant outcomes. Each completed step reinforces discipline, ultimately leading to greater efficiency and control. The more you train yourself to embrace short-term goals within longer deadlines, the more confident and composed you will become in facing larger challenges. One additional method to further solidify your resilience under deadlines is habitual pre-commitment. Set specific blocks of time for deep work and honor those commitments as sacred. This ensures that when a deadline arrives, you have already conditioned yourself to act with consistency and discipline rather than scrambling in last-minute chaos. The ability to navigate deadlines successfully is not a matter of talent, but of preparation and mindset. In the end, every deadline is an opportunity to strengthen your ability to act with intention, clarity, and perseverance. Instead of fearing them, welcome them as a structured environment for developing your highest potential. The way you handle deadlines reflects your ability to navigate all aspects of life. Approach them with a strong mindset, and they will become milestones in your journey of growth and mastery. Deadlines are not obstacles. They are training grounds for discipline. Seneca reminds us, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. In other words, success isn't a matter of chance, it's a matter of preparation. Deadlines offer a structured environment in which we can measure our growth, refine our efficiency, and push beyond our perceived limits. They act as checkpoints, revealing our habits, our mindset, and our ability to navigate high-pressure situations with poise and clarity. They provide the external force that compels us to act, removing the illusion that we have infinite time and instead instilling a sense of urgency and purpose. Understanding deadlines through a Stoic lens means embracing them as an essential part of self-improvement. Deadlines are not to be feared, but rather leveraged as opportunities to fine-tune our decision-making process, hone our ability to prioritize, and develop resilience in the face of pressure. Instead of resisting deadlines, view them as mechanisms that structure our time and challenge us to be more intentional with how we allocate our energy. Moreover, deadlines impose a structure that forces clarity of thought. Without time constraints, our efforts may become unfocused, and procrastination can easily take over. But when we accept deadlines as non-negotiable markers of progress, we cultivate a results-driven mindset. Deadlines sharpen our focus and teach us to be comfortable with imperfection, Sometimes the need for completion outweighs the desire for perfection. This aligns with the Stoic principle of pragmatism. Focus on what is necessary and avoid being paralyzed by what is beyond your control. By meeting deadlines consistently, we reinforce the habit of execution over hesitation. Every completed task strengthens self-trust, reinforcing the idea that we are capable of following through on our commitments. The more we practice this discipline, the more natural it becomes to act decisively and effectively under pressure. In this way, deadlines become a proving ground, not just for productivity, but for the cultivation of character and resilience. The Stoics believed in voluntary hardship, practicing discomfort to build resilience. Apply this principle to deadlines. Set earlier deadlines for yourself, creating mini milestones. Work in focus blocks of time, training your mind to sustain effort. Embrace discomfort. Each deadline met strengthens your ability to handle future pressure. Every time you meet a deadline, you are forging a stronger, more disciplined version of yourself. Discipline isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. True discipline is about optimizing your approach, assessing where your time is best spent, eliminating distractions, and working with a laser-like focus on the essential. When you approach tasks with a structured and proactive mindset, you build self-trust and eliminate the excuses that often derail productivity. Moreover, discipline cultivated through deadlines extends beyond work. It spills into personal growth, shaping a resilient and action-oriented mentality. Over time, this disciplined approach transforms into an automatic response to challenges, allowing you to meet every deadline not with dread, but with determination and clarity of purpose. The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. They visualized obstacles in advance so they would not be caught off guard. You can apply this same strategy to deadlines. What distractions might arise? Plan in advance how to minimize them. What obstacles could delay your progress? Address them before they become roadblocks. What if you fail? Instead of fearing it, prepare for how you will adapt and recover. How will your mindset shift under pressure? Train yourself to maintain focus despite external distractions. What contingency plans can you establish? Identify backup strategies in case unforeseen circumstances arise. When you anticipate challenges, they lose their power over you. You become proactive rather than reactive. You move with intention rather than hesitation. This practice strengthens mental resilience and makes you adaptable to shifting circumstances. Develop a habit of asking yourself, what's the worst that could happen? And how can I prevent it? By mentally preparing for obstacles, you diffuse their impact before they even appear. You can go even further by journaling these reflections daily. Consider writing down possible setbacks and devising responses in advance. The more you rehearse adversity in your mind, the more naturally you will respond with composure and clarity when it arises. Additionally, practicing premeditatio malorum can extend beyond deadlines to all areas of life. You can use it to prepare for difficult conversations, career challenges, or personal setbacks. The goal isn't to dwell on the negative, but to rehearse solutions, reinforcing your ability to navigate difficulties with wisdom and calm. Pressure isn't your enemy. It's a tool. The Stoics didn't avoid discomfort. They leaned into it, seeing it as a teacher. When a deadline looms, don't shrink away. Face it head-on. Instead of saying, "I don't have enough time," say, How can I make the best use of this time? Instead of thinking, I'm overwhelmed, think, this is a test of my discipline. Reframe the narrative. A looming deadline is simply an invitation to rise to the occasion. The discomfort you feel is the friction between potential and action. By reframing pressure as an opportunity for growth, you eliminate resistance and lean into productivity. Think of an elite athlete preparing for a championship. They don't fear the competition. They train, strategize, and embrace the challenge. Likewise, you can treat deadlines as a structured environment in which you refine your ability to perform under pressure. Each deadline becomes an opportunity to test and strengthen your resilience. Deadlines force you to make choices, to define what truly matters, and to eliminate distractions that dilute your focus. One powerful technique is the Stoic pause, a moment of reflection before you begin a task. When a deadline approaches, take a deep breath and remind yourself, I have the tools to handle this. My emotions do not dictate my ability. I will act with clarity and focus. This simple shift in perspective allows you to engage with a task in a rational, composed manner rather than react emotionally. Practicing this technique daily ensures that you approach each challenge with an unwavering mindset. Additionally, deadlines provide an opportunity for time boxing, a productivity technique that helps break tasks into manageable intervals. The Stoics valued structured effort, and time boxing allows you to create a disciplined approach. Set a specific time to work on a task, free from distractions, and commit to it fully. This practice mirrors the Stoic principle of intentional action, choosing how to engage with the present moment rather than drifting through it passively. By doing so, you transform a deadline from a looming stressor into a mechanism for structured progress. To strengthen your resilience further, consider the pre-commitment strategy, a method of making decisions in advance to eliminate hesitation. If you set a firm intention to complete a task by a specific time, you remove the internal debate that often leads to procrastination. This aligns with the Stoic belief in preparing for adversity rather than reacting to it in the moment. Remember, pressure is not an enemy, but an amplifier. It reveals your strengths and weaknesses, helping you refine your skills and self-awareness. Instead of resisting deadlines, embrace them as a way to grow in discipline, efficiency, and mental fortitude. Think of pressure as a sculptor refining your character, shaping you into a person who thrives under challenges rather than crumbles under them. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Let deadlines serve as stepping stones toward mastery rather than obstacles to be feared. Asterisk. Now, take a moment. Think about your next deadline. Instead of dreading it, how can you use Stoic principles to approach it with focus and resolve? This week, commit to viewing deadlines through a Stoic lens. Accept that you control your effort, not the passing of time. Break tasks into small, actionable steps. Anticipate obstacles and plan ahead. See pressure as an opportunity to train discipline. Approach the task with a clear, focused mind. Your next deadline isn't a burden. It's a proving ground for your growth. Meet it with the strength of a Stoic, and let progress replace pressure. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs a mindset shift. Subscribe for more Stoic insights, and let's turn pressure into progress, together. Remember, the more you practice approaching deadlines with resilience and clarity, the more natural it becomes. Soon, deadlines won't feel like stressors, they will feel like opportunities. And with every deadline met, you're not just completing a task, you're refining the disciplined, focused, and resilient person you are becoming.